bring in former Washington Redskin and Northwood Hall of Famer Chris Wilson for some of Wilson's wisdom. Okay, so Chris, what sticks out to you from this Lions season, looking back to game one all the way through now?
The thing that sticks out most of as far as the whole season, it has to be, sadly, the firings and the interim GM and things like that. Detroit Lions are a very talented football team.
It's time for a segment we like to call Wilson's Wisdom. We do this every week. Chris Wilson joins us, 5-year NFL veteran and Northwood Hall of Famer, to talk about the Detroit Lions. I'm sorry we have to talk about the Detroit Lions this week, but it is what it is. And then the one knock we keep hearing about the Iowa Hawkeyes is they played a soft schedule this year. Is that going to come into play? Is it fair to knock them for that?
It's not fair, but life isn't fair. I think it's going to play to their disadvantage. If you notice, when Ohio State played Michigan State, that was Ohio State's first big game. So I think it's going to play to their disadvantage. Michigan State is a little bit more battle-tested, so I think they'll have the better mindset coming into this ball game.
Quickly, we have a little bit of time left here. They play the Packers on Thursday. Can they sweep the Packers? We didn't even think this was possible, but the Lions, can they sweep the Packers this year?
It's possible. They beat them for the first time in Lambeau in about 20 years, and they can if they just execute. And then the Packers, you got to remember, they're coming off a losing streak. So they might be doing a thing that I call reaching. Reaching is when you haven't won a game and you're not playing bad as a player, but because you've been losing, you try to do a lot. So you might see defensive ends losing containment. You might see Aaron Rodgers forcing throws that he would normally just throw the ball away because they've been losing. So take advantage of this. Just keep your composure, do your thing, and just trust that the game will come to you.
On to the third quarter we go. Detroit strikes back. Stafford hits Amir Abdullah on the check down. He scoots into the end zone for the touchdown.
He gets in on the old Texas route. The thing I like best about this, it was on time, quick decision. Great job. Abdullah is very elusive.
And then you touched on this off camera a little bit. They keep trying to sell those play fakes.
Right.
Abdullah had, 9 carries for 30
The Lions
yards.
don't run the ball. We're pass rushing every time. Don't play action fake. If anything, when they do hand the ball off, that's a surprise.
The Lions are 1-7 now. If you're the general manager, Martin Mayhew, what kind of conversations are you having? Who are you addressing tomorrow? Where do you start?
If I'm a player, I'm biting my nails right now. Going into the bye week, not only as 1-7, but to lose that game the way that they lost that game, I'm scared because you don't even know who's going to be on your team once you get back in the locker room. It could be a new team. But Martin Mayhew, he's going to be trying to figure out not what's right, but what's wrong, because obviously something is wrong. If I'm him, I'm looking for inconsistencies as negatives, and I'm looking for consistencies as positives. The khakis. Jim Harbaugh came in. I don't know how he did it on the collegiate level. I know he's been a successful pro coach, but he's got buy-in from this Michigan Wolverine football team.
If you're a player on a team that's 1-7 and you're going into the bye week, where's your focus? What do you want to accomplish on that bye week?
I'm just praying. I'm just praying that I still got a job when I get back. This is a rough game. It's a rough business. You don't know. I've seen guys that have done great get fired. I've seen guys that have done horrible seem to stick around. So you never know. You see, they still haven't picked up the blitz.
Right.
But at the same time, the Lions were averaging 20 points a game.
Right.
But they lost this game, 44-10 instead of
with the new offensive coordinator. Yeah.
So it's not one problem, which is a bigger problem than one problem itself. But we have to make sure everybody's being held accountable, which is the bitter part of this game.
Chris, Martha Ford steps up, fires the general manager, fires the president, and poof, the Lions are 1-0.
Hey, the magic wand has been waved, and the Lions have won a game in Lambeau. They haven't won in Lambeau in 24 years, so it just goes to show you how talented these Lions are. If they can continue to execute, they still have a good football team.
The Michigan Wolverines struggled yesterday on the road to beat an Indiana team, but they still came away with a win. If you're Jim Harbaugh, are you focused on the struggle, or are you focused on the fact that they came away with a win?
If I'm Jim Harbaugh, I'm happy that we came away with the win. We want to learn these lessons as we win. We still have lessons to learn, just still his first year coaching there. So he has a lot of things that he's implementing, and that team is still maturing.
If you're Ohio State, does it change your approach at all to how you attack Michigan State, knowing that Connor Cook's already injured a little bit?
Well, being a defensive player, I'm kind of thinking it could put a thought in a defensive coordinator's head or a player to say, let's find out if this guy's hurt or not. But you still run the risk. If you want to blitz him, he can make you pay, and he's proven